Previously on Survivor Boston, the merge finally hit and two clear sides were drawn. The Makwa Alliance consisted of Tay, Jack, Siobhan, Isabella, Emily K, and Spencer, while the Pajaki Alliance was made of Emily M, Matt, Dan, Bailey, and Will. At the first vote of the merge, Matt convinced Emily K to flip and blindside Jack.
Jack, please bring me your box.
The Makwa Alliance now had to fight to stay alive while down 4 against 6. Thankfully, Isabella was able to find a crack in the supposedly strong Pajaki Alliance, socially maneuvering herself to convince Dan and Bailey to jump ship and take Emily Kidd out of the game.
Ninth person voted out the second member of our jury, Emily Kidd. You please bring me your buff.
With 2 votes, 2 blindsides, and players flipping left and right, the game is up in the air. 9 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Isn't it?
Yeah, no, I just have like my...
I have a lot of shots of just my shoe.
I got caught.
A lot of me is just eating.
At the last tribal council, me and Bailey voted for Emily Kidd. So we went with the Makwa people instead of the Pajaki people. It was really tough, but in the long run, I need to make some big moves to get some jury credits because now, like that we're in the merge, it's about like, are you a player or are you along for the ride? And I feel like I've been coasting for a while in this game, and now I need to start making bigger moves. I definitely plan on taking Bailey and Isabella to the end, and hopefully like I can tell Isabella that.
Okie dokie. Well, today happened, and Emily M went crazy.
I had my idol out open, ready to go at that trial because I was actually considering using it.
What's your feelings on this? Oh, she went crazy?
Me?
Is she
I'm actually upset by it.
I'm just saying, the text messages and the shit that
It's a little too much.
The fact that she created the people interested in voting for me and then told me that people were voting for me.
The whole rampage against Emily M that everybody kind of went on, where she had texted Isabella to say like, "You're voting for Bailey," that was my fault, probably. Emily had texted me and been like, "Oh, so what's," because she was in Vienna and there was no way we can meet face to face, and she just wanted to be kept abreast. And I was like, "Oh, you know, like as we discussed, like per our discussion, we're voting Bailey. And she was like, "Who's voting Bailey?" And I was like, might as well tell her, like it's, you know, me, Spencer, Isabella Tay. So I think she took that and kind of ran with it and sent a text that was, I think it was supposed to be more accusatory than instructional. I think she was trying to say like, you're voting Bailey. Like Isabella read it as more of like Emily was trying to instruct her to vote for Bailey.
I don't like that she thinks she has so much power she can just tell Isabella who to vote for.
Yeah, that, I'm sorry.
That's okay, I don't care.
Bailey was planning 100% when he walked in. He was planning on voting for Tay. We got in, we sat down, and Spencer immediately saw that Bailey was getting nervous because Spencer's a genius, and then turned to me because I'm unstable AF and was like, "Bailey's not voting with us. Bailey's not voting with us." And I was like, "What?" So then Spencer started and was like, "I really thought I could trust Dan and Bailey, but now I know that I can't, blah, blah, blah." So then I picked up on that, so then I jumped on that and was like, "Just so everyone knows, Emily told me to vote for for Bailey, so Emily's not on your side." Whatever, so that kind of got Bailey nervous.
What was she like?
Well, now we're dating. So.
Yeah, so.
Someone was talking about couple names, and then Spencer was like, "Oh my god, Isabella would be such a good one." And then I was like, "Oh my god, we're dating." And then he went out, and then he voted with us, and then I was like, "It's official, we're dating."
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's not... As much as she likes to have this bit where it is real, it's not actually real. We really don't talk outside of going to tribal.
Is it Bailey or something?
Yeah.
It's a Bailey.
surprised, scared, and I don't know. I was surprised and scared because like Bailey and Dan, I just like thought they would do what I said when we got to tribal, and like they didn't. So I mean, it's cool. Like, oh, I thought, okay, well, this is it. You know, like I'm gonna get voted off next week, or like it's curtains for me, bro. I thought the alliance thing was gonna happen, and like they were just gonna pick us off one by one. But then Siobhan talked about, like, told me in tribal and was just like, hey, I don't want this game to just be like people getting picked off one by one. And I'm like, you know what? I agree with that. That's pretty solid. So I said, you know, my other game plan. I don't want to do that anymore. Like, I don't really want to just like have people, I guess, on our side pick off other people. And I was like, because it's not really that fun anymore.
Sure. I'm taking my shoes off.
There was a lot of looks of confusion and like, why did you do that from Matt? I think I just needed to keep focusing and trying to be more aggressive and not letting people walk all over me, because that's something like I tend to let people do, and it's tough.
I didn't handle communicating to you guys properly, and I'm very sorry. I didn't text you.
That's cool.
I know that I have Emily, Will very close to me right now. Bailey is a bit further, just because I didn't get a chance to talk to him yet, but just because of the move that was made last week. Dan, our relationship right now, at least with me and Dan, is hesitant. It's weird. What are you thinking for this week?
What are you thinking first? Are you thinking Tay?
I am thinking Tay.
Okay.
Maybe it's because of just how things were last week, and maybe it's just because we're both really awkward. I wish it could just go back to how it was before. I know.
I like Isabella, and
I know.
I don't want to get rid of her.
Okay. Tell me about you guys.
We're just really close. We have a lot in common. She's really sweet, and she's honest. Like, I think she's very honest.
So I was not at tribal because I was in Austria and Germany. Very fun, very cool, very stressful because of the news that I received halfway through. And by the way, I was like sitting in the Austrian airport trying to like rally troops. And we were sitting comfortably because as far as I was concerned, we had the majority. Dan and Bailey flipped and they got Emily Kidd out. It is a very confusing, I was really confused. Like, out of everything, I was really, really confused. So, we just want to know, like, where you're at now.
I just wanted to get rid of Emily Kidd.
That's it?
Like,
are we still good?
No, yeah, I needed to do it so we could, like, get Isabella on board.
Dude,
you know
okay,
what I mean?
here's the thing, like
we
I
need her as a
totally would have
member.
been, like, if you were literally like, I'm voting Emily Kidd, like...
I don't know, I, like, tried my best to make it clear with you when we met than last time.
It was very questionable. That's where my issue came in. The way it was kind of like very questionable. You also agreed to go after Spencer during when we talked,
we didn't vote for Spencer.
I know.
So that's
why
I was like.
So moving forward, so I was like, where do I stand with Dan? Was this just for one vote? Is he gonna come back? Are we gonna still be able to work together? I strategically played very dumb. I was like, oh my god, like, why didn't you tell me you're voting for Emily Kidd? Like, totally would have voted for her, like, you know, very much trying to, like, keep the peace.
OG Green?
Are you in that?
No, I'm not, I don't
What the You're not in this group chat?
Yeah, that explains a lot.
Who is that guy?
That's not me.
Oh my god!
This is what my
Wait, Dan,
profile looks. No, I'm dead ass. So I'm sorry,
Wait,
like,
are you... Dan, I have so many... Dan, I have like 10 group chats since the beginning of the game. I've included this person in it.
I'm not in any of... That's me. See, we're...
Emily put in the wrong Dan Riley to the group chat, which is why Dan Riley wasn't getting the text messages that were like, hey, where are you? We're talking about what to do for the vote. But...
Okay, let's just move on from that.
Am I in
Wow.
it now?
Well, put you in it.
Do you want me to be in it?
Yes, Dan! Dan, literally, like, are we really, like, are we still Final 3? Is that still, like, I still want us to be Final 3, and, like, literally, I literally texted you, and I was like, I feel like Dan and I just broke up. Like, I don't know what happened. I was like, my survivor heart is broken, but it's not broken.
I think the other team kind of put it in his head that I wasn't gonna take him to the final 3, and it like really hurt me because A, I was gonna bring him to the final 3, and B, I've like never ever once lied to him, did anything that would make him think that I would not take him to the top 3. You think you like have Isabella's like undivided absolute
I need
trust?
to talk to her for sure tonight at the challenge, but I'm like 90%.
Okay. I've heard from a couple different people that the reason why he did that was because he wanted moves to seem like they're his own moves. I don't think that was a great way to do that, but I suppose I respect it.
It's you or me this week, right? Like that's.
I think.
Like that's.
I think it's.
And that's what I want to avoid.
I think it's me.
I feel genuinely bad for how I've been playing with Emily because I did. At first, I started out very honest with her.
Isabella, I think it was, met with Dan.
Yeah.
To talk to him about it, and he did. He clearly didn't want to go Bailey because they're close. But he was also like, I really want Emily Kidd out, and like,
right.
And then we were like, well, there's nothing we can do with 4.
Yeah.
So
we sat down for like 30 full minutes and just talked about the game and talked about how nervous we both were and, went in circles about that because we always seem to do that.
Isabella, Dan, and Bailey are gonna go to the end. That's what they want for top 3.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Like, that's what I've heard, and like, I know Isabella approached Dan at a really early time and was like, listen, like, I don't like any of these people that I'm playing with. Like, I want a musical theater, like, top 3. I want it to be me, Bailey, and you.
Okay.
And, like, as in Dan. And I don't know if that's true, but, like, they just took the, like...
Who did you hear that from?
I heard it... So, Dan told me that a long time ago. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
So, if we're talking Isabella, Dan, and Bailey as a triad, you will Matt as a triad, me, Spencer, Tay as a triad.
And I think that...
Do you think you could get the boys to vote for Dan or Bailey?
I don't know. I don't think so. Your worry, I'm sure, is like, I was going to ask you to vote out Isabella, obviously, because I didn't want to vote out.
I can't.
And your issue, I know.
Tay and Spencer.
I'm in one alliance, you're in another, let's target the third. And she was like, no, the boys would never vote for Dan and Bailey, we can't get them.
If Spencer goes
home.
Or,
how about this? I counter offer. Spencer and I flip on Tay. And join you, Matt, and Will.
Holy
and that's final 5, the 3 of us knock them out.
And so then I was like, how about Spencer and I abandon Tay and join and hook up with you, Matt, and Will. And it honestly, like, could have been a good alliance if it had started early in the game, but we're at a point where it's just like, I don't know, like no new friends, I guess.
Holy, I'm literally gonna tear up right now. That is a fucking offer. Holy shit, Siobhan. That would be the game.
That would say both. That would literally be the game.
This week I told her nothing but lies, and I feel bad because that's not how she's been playing, and her whole thing is she's playing like a moral game, but also that's not how you win Survivors.
What would be sick is if you, me, and Spencer went to the top 3. Holy shit, that would be a turn.
Matt's got a lot of...
Yes, ma'am.
What is this?
Jacob, if you are Team Aiden, that means you're not Team Emily, and I'm personally...
That's not necessarily true. You don't know what Aiden said in this confession.
Dude, Team Aiden was not...
I'm all hashtag is a very... We're all team hashtag boycott.
Okay. So, are you guys ready to get to your next immunity challenge?
Yes, we are.
First things first, Emily, you can step over and I'll grab that back.
I forgot that was up there.
Don't... Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, she had
Eating challenge.
Once again, immunity is back up for grabs.
That's my house.
Today's challenge is gonna test how well you guys know yourselves, your fellow players, the entire environment around you.
What did we just talk about?
It's not friendship.
It's about friendship.
It's not Paul's
I'm
friendship.
not going to support everyone.
This challenge will prove how well do you know the environment environment around you, and how observant are you?
No.
For today's challenge, you will all be given a sheet of paper and you will answer the questions as honestly as possible. You may not answer yourself for any of these questions.
Severely.
I will explain the rest of the challenge after.
Is it where you write other people's names?
Okay, you got it. Alright, so you all just filled out a form answering questions about yourselves. For today's immunity challenge, you are going to be guessing what the group said as an answer, meaning whatever the majority of the group said, you have to try to guess the answer to that question. The person with the most points at the end of the challenge wins immunity, guaranteed a 1 in 8 shot at winning the game. The others go to our tribal council. If we tie, there is a tiebreaker question.
That's the tiebreaker.
Alright, first question. Who is the biggest challenge threat in this game? You do not have to reveal yet.
Dude, that's a fun
Wait,
idea.
challenge threat?
Challenge
Oh, I
threat.
read that wrong.
Oh, me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Everybody says Emily M.
Yay!
Emily M was the right answer. Everyone has 1 point. Round 2. Who is the funniest person still in the game?
Y'all better come correct with this, though.
No. I think we're all going to say different things, but I know I'm right.
3, 2, 1. Reveal.
Just kidding.
I really couldn't decide.
Reveal. Thank you. All right, we have Matt and Spencer saying Spencer. Dan says himself. Will says himself. Emily M and Tay say Bailey. Isabella and Siobhan say Isabella. The correct answer was Isabella. Isabella has 2, Siobhan has 2, everyone else has 1. Moving on to the next question. Who is the most likable person still in the game?
Slam fucking dunk.
Oh no, I like every.
5, 4, 3,
Hold on.
2, 1. Reveal.
No, dude.
Alright, Will says Spencer, Emily M says Bailey, everyone else says Dan. The correct answer was Dan. Isabella and Siobhan have 3, Tay, Dan, Spencer, and Matt have 2, Will and Emily M have 1.
And share my other.
Next question. Who thinks they're running the game but really isn't?
Ooh.
Oh, please.
Spicy. This one's tricky.
You guys do not have to reveal yet because other people can look.
Oh, I can't find the name.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Dan says Tay. Everyone else says Emily M. The correct answer was Emily M. I'm sorry.
I screwed. If it tells you anything, it tells you that I actually don't think I'm running the game. I also wanted myself.
Alright, that means Will, Emily M, and Dan have 2, Tay, Spencer, and Matt have 3. Siobhan and Isabella tied in the lead with 4. Next question. Next question. Who would never survive on an island by themselves?
Literally all of us. Like,
Not
all
of us.
Speak for yourself.
you.
6,
Oh,
5,
I can't find her.
4,
Can't find it.
3, 2, 1.
Wait.
Reveal. Alright, we got a great variety of answers. Emily M, Will, and Siobhan say Tay. Dan, Spencer, and Tay say Isabella.
True, I wouldn't get attention.
Isabella and Matt say Dan.
What? Damn.
Leave your things up.
Leave your things up. There was a tie for this question. The correct 2 answers were Isabella and Dan.
Thank you all so much.
Guys, alright, Isabella has 5. Matt, Spencer, Tay, and Siobhan have 4. Emily M and Will have 2. Dan, you have 3. Next question. Who do you trust with your life?
Oh gosh.
These are all gonna be different.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Because everybody has different shows.
What do you think the majority?
Oh, that's the tea, though. That's the tea. He wants us to show who our alliances are.
Wait,
2,
Wait!
1.
Thank you.
Reveal.
Oh god.
Interesting. All right, we have Emily M, Will, and Matt saying Dan. Oh, Dan says Dan. Tay and Spencer say Siobhan. Siobhan says Isabella, and Isabella says Tay.
I was gonna put
None of you got that one right. The correct answer was Emily M.
What?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Wait, you guys.
I was like,
Y'all call me Al, but y'all
No one gets it right, which means Isabella is still in the lead with 5. Next question.
Why am I
Who is the least trustworthy person in the game?
Oh shit.
It's whatever. Okay. I don't throw it.
Bro. Oh wait.
Bro.
Bro. God, I don't know if I should switch my
5, 4,
I don't.
3,
Wait, I'm lost.
2, 1. Reveal.
I don't.
Once again, a variety of answers. Matt says himself. Spencer, Dan, Tay, and Will say Emily M. Emily M, Siobhan, and Isabella say Spencer. Once again, we had 2 right answers. The correct answers were Emily M and Siobhan. Not Siobhan, Spencer. Oops.
Oh, I was like,
It was looking at you when I said that, so I'm sorry.
to these children.
The correct answers were Spencer and Emily M, which means everyone but Matt gets a point.
I didn't know.
Brutal.
Alright.
Jesus, Matt.
That means Isabella is now in the lead with 6 points.
have you gotten one wrong?
You deserve it though.
What's the
Next question. Who doesn't deserve to be in this game?
I actually hate this question.
I don't like this question.
I legitimately.
Come on, I'm fine with it.
Oh, I don't know.
Put my name, guys. Put it.
I legitimately like don't know what to
Yikes. I don't.
I don't.
I don't know what the rest of y'all said is the thing.
Yeah, not bad. That's what I
This is a rough one.
5, 4, 3,
Yeah.
2,
We're also gonna
1.
about this game.
Reveal. All right, Siobhan and Will said Tay, Emily M, Dan, Tay, Isabella, Spencer, and Matt said Bailey.
Who said me?
Oh, Bailey. Rip.
No one said you.
The correct answer was Bailey.
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Why
Sorry, Bailey. I love you. I put you down as
All right, next question.
Game, girl.
Who is most likely to win this game?
Isabella.
this game specifically.
Remember, try to keep your answers down or else people can easily just look at your answers. 5,
Wait, I don't fucking
4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. All right. Siobhan says Matt. Will and Matt say Isabella. Spencer, Isabella, Tay, Dan, and Emily M say Siobhan. The correct answer was Siobhan.
That's fucking big.
I love her and I'm scared of her and she's my favorite.
Next question. Who is most deserving of winning this game?
I have no idea.
Emily Kidd.
I have no idea.
Sarah.
I have no idea.
5,
Wait, what the fuck?
4,
I know, this is just like.
3,
I don't know.
2, 1. Reveal.
Oh, that's so
I put myself.
Once again, answers are all over the board. We have Matt and Siobhan and Isabella saying Siobhan saying herself. We have Will saying Spencer. We have Tay saying Isabella. We have Spencer saying Dan. Dan and Emily M say Emily M.
Yeah, honestly,
The correct answer was Siobhan.
Oh.
Isabella maintaining her lead again.
Yes, be proud of that girl.
Final question, who is most likely to stab you in the back?
Oh my god.
Question.
3, 2, 1, reveal.
Since this is the narrative everyone likes to throw around, it's just a little.
Matt says Bailey, Will says himself, Tay says Matt, Siobhan, Emily M, Dan, Isabella, and Spencer all say Spencer.
That's my boy.
You do one thing one time 5 weeks ago.
The correct answer was none of what you said. The correct answer was Emily M.
All of you guys, what the hell?
Wait, what was
I have not stabbed a single person in the back. Not one person have I ever
Which
stabbed in the
now
back.
means that Isabella wins individual. This to happen?
No, but I'm telling you, I lost every single challenge, every single try, and right before this I saw Bailey and I said, I'm gonna win this for you, and then this happened.
At the same time.
That's so
I'm here too.
Alright, that's all for tonight. Isabella will talk to you about the whole tribal sitch.
Ew.
But you are
she's
immune,
sick.
so it's in the same situation as Emily, which means if you don't want to be there, you don't have to be there, but we'll want to keep it tight.
I honestly, with this challenge, I didn't feel that much pressure to win, so I was kind of like, whatever happens, happens. The real game is just going to be trying to convince people, but like also, I've been doing that for like the last 2 weeks. I think it's good just to pull back the reins a bit. So I wasn't super, I was just having a fun time, just making jokes as usual, but like, I don't know who I want to vote for. I'm just gonna flip a coin. I'm just gonna just roll a dice pretty much and see who we vote for.
I didn't want to win that, but I'm really, really smart. Which is and because I know that it put a target on my back, because like it pointed everyone to like, oh, she knows a lot about this game and she knows what everybody's thinking. Because I'm not an idiot.
I did not expect me being this much of a loser and like sucking this much at every single challenge that like I literally just like, who even takes me seriously at this point? Emily M said that it would be really cool to take me out this week because I'm a strong player. No, I'm not. I'm literally like, I suck. I'm basically like a harmless puppy.
Good little twist. I enjoyed that. It wasn't too scandalous. It was genuine fun, I thought. I was having fun. Emily McDonald wasn't, because she was getting all the negative ones, which made it more fun for me. But I was having fun with it. What superlatives did I get? I didn't get funniest. Okay. That's fine. That's okay.
What I said, and this involves both of you, I was like, or she was like, is there any other way we can make this happen? I was like, I can talk to Spencer about leaving Tay and joining vote with you, Matt, and Will, and then we'll have 5. And that will be, and we'll vote out Tay, and then the other 3 is just what it is. So obviously we're not gonna do that. Yeah, that's where her being like, oh my god, this is the move of the century. This will like revitalize us both.
It really won't though. Siobhan had a conversation with Emily M and basically like went down the list and was like, oh, like who do you think is the probable person to get out? And then Siobhan threw my name out there without asking me if I was okay with that. When she told me that she did that, I was like 100% like, nope, what the f***? I literally almost left last week. Like I would not be willing to do that. Like why couldn't she throw out Spencer's name? Because I know Matt and Will like want to get out Spencer. Like no one trusts Spencer on the other side. So like her throwing my name out there was a little bit sus. I think that Isabella, Spencer, and I are considering, you know, possibly voting her out in the near future because she just kind of seems like a loose cannon.
Regardless, then as long as Isabella locks down Dan and Bailey, and like as long as until Friday, regardless of whether or not that alliance is real, Emily thinks it's real.
The nonsense that she pulls out of her butt when we're talking strategy is because she's spending so much time with Emily. Like, we had a meeting yesterday where she was like, I think Isabella might be working with Dan and Bailey. And Tay and I were both like, what are you talking about? And she was like, yeah, like I heard from Emily. I'm gonna stop you right there. You heard from Emily? No, I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear any further. Stop that train on its tracks. I don't want to hear anymore. So, like, Siobhan's losing her mind because of Emily. And then, like, Will and Matt, like, they won't even talk strategy with us because they're so drinking the Emily Kool-Aid. If I took a shot for every time one of us mentioned Emily and Siobhan said, yeah, I talked to her about that, I would be blackout drunk. Because, like, literally every time we mentioned Emily McDonald, Siobhan says, yeah, we talked about that.
And here's the thing, is that when I was like, let's get out Matt, she's like, no, we can't get out Matt.
Because
like,
we need Emily M's trust.
Yeah.
No, the hell we don't. I want her gone. I will look her in the eyes and tell her I want her gone. We don't need her trust. Goodbye.
I told her if we take out someone, we're not going to
secretly wants Matt and Emily in her final 3, or at least Emily. She wants to work with Emily.
There's never been a moment where Siobhan was really falling off the totem pole. Does she deserve, like, now she had 2 idols. Like, oh, I'm sorry, this game must be so hard for you. You have 2 idols. You have lost maybe half the challenges. And she talks a lot of games. She just acts like really confident, and so it's like, oh, she should win, but no, she shouldn't. She's not playing as hard. She's crazy. She's so paranoid about this game. Siobhan's also nuts. The fact that she's trying to get me out, goodbye. She needs to go. I know that Spencer and Tay will be loyal to me throughout the whole game. I know that for sure.
So Isabella won. I'm really happy for her because she is my strongest ally. So we kind of just relay the information we get from the game to each other, and we're kind of like a support system. So screw #IsaBailey. It's actually #Taybella. I do want to see her in the final 3 with me if I make it out of this week alive. Yeah.
Okay, so who are they going to vote for? Are they voting you? Are they voting Tay?
I feel like, I'm safe this week because of this immunity. If we get this vote, then I should be able to start controlling the votes again. I mean, hopefully Emily will be gone out of our lives, but who the frickin' knows? That girl's got a million sleeves to pull.
Who are you concerned about, Bailey? Who are you concerned about? Who would you guys be willing to vote?
I'm concerned about Isabella, so I answered.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, Isabella's a little sketch, I'm just gonna say. Sorry, because she hates me, that's all.
I'm worried about the idol, right?
I'm worried about
I love Isabella outside the game, but she hates me in the game.
Siobhan.
I don't want it to be in the game anymore because I don't want to look for it. I'm not gonna lie.
How do we make her give it up?
Well, here's the
we
thing.
We can flush it.
Here's the thing here.
We just like, I don't know.
We just steal it and flush it.
Oh no, I meant like flush it out of her, like we vote her off.
Yeah. My game will either change permanently or I will go home this week. I'm confident of that. Basically, Siobhan and I had a conversation last night. How it's gonna go is that either I will go home this week and Siobhan will probably go home next week. What if we vote out Tay?
If you really want to do Tay.
I don't really want to do anything. Like, whatever you guys want.
That's why I randomly selected Tay. That's why I'm going to Tay. It's really nothing personal at this point. You know?
That's what I mean, is like at this point, like, what are we...
The numbers kind of vary from here and there, but from what everyone says, and everyone seems to have such a great grasp on everyone else, like, everyone's like, we're voting Tay.
Everyone's being sketchy now, dude. Like I thought I knew Bailey and Dan, like what they were gonna vote. Oh no, I knew what they were gonna vote like 2 weeks ago, for sure. Last week, thought I did too. This week, I have no idea. I have no idea who's gonna vote for who, except for Emily and Matt.
Honestly, I'm just trying to weigh out the options and everything.
The plan is to once again get Dan and Bailey to vote with us.
Mm-hmm. Are we still doing the Emily M thing?
I still want to do that, personally. I know that I've heard Tay's name thrown out again by Emily McDonald. And Dan is so paranoid all the time. He's like, well, I heard Emily say this. Yeah, I hear Emily say everyone's name because she's just throwing everyone's name out there all the time. So it legitimately just makes everyone so stressed out. And it just, like I said, it just feels like there's like boiling pressure always about on the verge of exploding every time someone talks strategy. And I don't know who's picking that up or not, but I'm personally gonna...
See, she wanted to talk to me, and I was like, sure, we can talk before the challenge. And she was like, I don't understand why you, went with Emily Kidd instead of Tay. And I was like, Tay isn't that great at challenges, and Emily Kidd was.
Yeah.
I saved Tay's ass at the last tribal council, and I saved Emily M's ass at the Jack trap when we eliminated Drac at 2 tribal councils ago. So both of those people, I gotta make a decision. Who do I want gone for real this time? Because I've saved both of those people. But right now my basic goal is just keep me, Will, Bailey, and Isabella really solid. Because I have people from my old alliance, but I'm bringing in Isabella because we have tons of similarities, She has a great personality. She's really likable like me, and like we have like a good chemistry together.
Because Emily McDonald is nuts, and she's making everybody else nuts.
She just makes everyone
and she's gotta go.
Because, see, the thing is, I've got this whole bitch thing going on. I'm really doing this whole thing now where I'm having more fun playing this game by not having fun. So, really, the angrier I get, the more people feel comfortable with me, because that's the narrative they're creating in their heads about me in the first place. And I think that's honestly the reason why I'm still in this game, because since Merge started, I've started caring less and less, and I think that's what people have wanted me to do. So I think, in a way, people are trusting me more now because I'm no longer as nice as I was when this game started. Maybe America will like me. I don't know.
This is great.
I think I like it. I like it.
Me too.
I'm literally Siobhan, like the WMDs.
And if Siobhan's lying to me and I'm going home this week, then honestly, like I deserve it. I should go, because I'm not gonna, like, I just am past the point of like brutally lying to people. And I do think if I make it to the final 5, I'll go to the final 3. So I feel like I'm so like close, but like so far away, and that's like sounds so cheesy, but it's so true.
Yeah, the game's really heating up though. I'm nervous for the next challenge. I'm nervous for the tribal tomorrow. I'm nervous for everything. Wow, it's been a crazy ride.
I don't know that one. Is that the one with the Nazis?
There you go. Yes, the one with the Nazi.
Okay, welcome back to Tribal Council. Congrats again on making it to the final 9. Siobhan, so at the last Immunity Challenge, you were given 2 superlatives of most likely to win and most deserving.
You know I don't want to talk about this.
That's unfortunate.
I want to talk about it, Falcon.
We'll talk to you in a second. So Siobhan, how does that affect your game moving forward?
It sucks. It's heartwarming, and thank you guys. But I don't want the attention. I don't want the target. I don't want the spotlight.
So you guys have gotten to this point at the final 9 where clearly you guys aren't really sure what's happening in this game. Jack was blindsided, Emily K was blindsided. Will, does that say that this vote is still up in the air?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is people, we're going to the bathroom together.
Yeah, all I'm saying, people are going to the hallway together.
To the restroom to pee.
Alright.
This is
He
supposed to be
followed us in with the camera!
Yeah,
we were
because I told him to, because Tay and I told him to. I'm not afraid.
So, I'm not scared. Everything could change anytime, basically. Especially now, especially during travel, because everyone's scared. Everything could change, and I could go home. You know.
So Bailey, at the last Immunity Challenge, you were voted least deserving to still be in the game.
Correct.
How does that feel that your fellow tribe?
I mean, I wasn't there, which I feel like had a little bit to do with it. It's whatever.
Lay off my man.
I mean, I guess saying it's whatever doesn't really help my case in a lot of ways, but you know, I do like this game. I wasn't there, Falberg. If somebody wasn't there, I would have voted them for that one too, because that one's like the worst one to get.
Your girlfriend also voted you for most attractive.
I did, and I voted for myself.
Really? I voted for you for most attractive.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I was hit on my boyfriend, Emily.
So,
Jacob Falberg, I'd love to hear what you were going to say. I wouldn't.
Thank you. We all know Siobhan wouldn't.
Yeah.
So, Matt, at the last Tribal Council, when Emily K was blindsided out of this game, you had a very clear reaction to that. What does this mean for you moving forward? What do you have to do to try to be in the numbers now? Because the vote before that, you weren't.
Really, I think right now I'm just going to play it by ear.
Everybody's friends right now.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it's just like terrible. Like, no matter what you do, you're gonna hurt someone that you genuinely care about.
And it gets even worse because like some of us have outside relationships
Right.
too.
Yeah. We've run out.
Bailey and I.
At least there's no easy.
Give it a rest.
I feel like I've had to make some like hard decisions, yes, but like I don't think I've had to play with my heart so much until like this vote.
Yeah, exactly.
And like before it was like mostly like, okay, strategically like what does this matter? And then all of a sudden like I think especially with the vote last week, like I was just really surprised.
So Spencer, at what point do you feel like you have to start thinking about who you're sitting next to at the end of the game instead of who you're voting off now?
When you make it to merge, I think instinctually everyone starts thinking, oh my gosh, I could make it to the very end. The environment of merge in general really kind of makes people start thinking, who do I want to go final 3 with?
So Tay, at this point, what are you now basing your decision on?
I personally like to base my game off of, well, I feel like I'm a transparent person with, you know, my ideas and thoughts. Whenever people come to me, I kind of just tell them how I'm feeling, and, you know, I've been honest. If I'm still in this game after tonight, you know, that's what I'm looking for. I guess, not teamwork, but like cooperation. You know what I mean?
Open communication. It's a good
That's
word.
a huge issue in this game.
Yeah.
At least for like our vote last week, I thought was lack of open communication. Openly like just lying to people's faces is like it's past that point. Like we know where the idol is. Like we know. Well, but I mean we do.
I have
like
the idol.
we have.
So Siobhan, do you think that potentially puts a target on your back having to hit
Have I been having a panic attack for the past few days? Yes, is the answer to both questions, Jacob.
Do you think you'll play it tonight?
I think I get you know, I think it's none of your damn
I'm
business.
just asking.
Emily, so at the challenge you did receive a lot of superlatives. You received biggest challenge threat, you received most trustworthy and least trustworthy.
Yep.
What does this say about you as a player?
The people who are close to me and know me, I hope that people know that, like, I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a backstabber. I've never backstabbed anyone in this game. Maybe my image has gotten a little bit skewed because of things that I've said to people outside of my alliance, but I would certainly hope that the people that I've been close with since day one know that where I stand. Because, like, I don't know, I feel like my name's been, like, under a lot of heat, and, like, I feel like it's really easy to, like, if you're like, oh, well, like, she's, like, a huge challenge threat, to be like, well, she's a huge, like, social threat, which means that she's probably a liar, and she's probably doing this, this, and this, and, like, I don't know, I'm playing the game that, like, I'm trying to play, and, like, I hope that people see that and respect it as opposed to, like, I don't know.
I didn't vote for you for least trustworthy, but you have lied to my face several times.
When?
Like when you were like, oh, like I'm thinking of voting between like Will or Dan that one.
Well, see what
But I
happened.
also respect the move coming into
You guys, I heard from other people that they were voting for Will. I heard that the majority is voting for Will. I just wanted to see where you sat, and then you said, do you think you're voting for him? And I said, no, I don't think so.
When we,
No,
what
that
week
was Bailey.
this? What
That
week
was
it?
texting.
That was Bailey?
Oh my
That was Bailey when texting.
Right, and so
honestly,
I
I
suppose
respect it. I just
no,
respect
it's fine, and I get it.
No, that's
I've
my
lied in
judgment.
this game. I don't know a lot of
Just give
people
me
who
the
haven't
truth.
lied in the
Yeah.
game. Like you, and you've lied to me, right? Like.
Have I?
Yes, when we were all in the student lounge together, and like we were all deciding to vote for. It was actually Siobhan. And then you turned around to Matt, and I saw it, and we're like, ha, joke's on her. We're voting Emily out. Well, I was
I didn't
talking
say
to
that. I
you.
said, ha, we should vote Emily out.
Well,
But I
look,
don't-
here's the thing. Like, everyone lies because it's
Thank
Survivor,
you.
and that's like the whole point of the game.
Thank
That
you.
everyone lies at some point. So I think that we all know who we're voting for tonight, and let's just vote.
So Spencer's saying let's just vote, let's do just that. We'll start with Matt, you're up.
Cool, great.
Oh my lord. Why is this so bad? Yikes, dude. I heard Emily talking to Siobhan, and I think Siobhan's gonna give her the idol. This is why I'm not voting for Tay or Emily. Just out of safety, we could be splitting it. I don't know what they're doing. Bailey said yes, I don't know. So, Siobhan.
Says Tay, sorry, this is messy. My hands are shaking so much. If it's not me, it's you, which is pretty much what I've been saying every week, because that's what it's been like.
I kept my word, and I'm sorry about all the drama it caused.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
didn't bring it with me today.
Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Tay. Tay. Siobhan.
Oh. Yep. Oh.
2 votes
William.
Tay, 1 vote Siobhan.
I thought.
Emily. Emily. 2 votes Emily, 2 votes Tay, 1 vote Siobhan. Emily. Emily. That's 4 votes Emily. 10th person voted out, the 3rd member of our jury.
Oh my gosh. I love all of you. Much love to all of you. Thank you.
Emily, the tribe is spoken. Ten of you down, 8 of you left. Only 3 of you will make it to the end. We have a challenge in 15 minutes. Grab your stuff and go. We'll be in here. You guys have.
I'm so proud of the game that I've played myself. I managed to play the entire game without compromising or sacrificing any of my morality, any of the way that I want to play it. I got out because my alliance members flipped on me, and at least I didn't flip on them. I'm really thankful for everyone, and I do love everyone. I respect everyone's game, and they're probably right to get me out. Matt Fink, I hope you kill it and win somehow. It's been such a pleasure to play. It's my favorite game of all time, and to be able to actually get a taste of what that's like was really special and important to me. And I'm feeling okay. I'm happy.